A growing number of children in this region are in need of foster care, and they've often suffered terrible abuse or neglect. But the fact is, there just aren't enough foster carers to look after them.
In Suffolk, along with many other parts of the country, they're trying to redress the balance with a new appeal urging people to come forward. This report is from Kevin Birch.
Elaine and Todd are long-term foster carers. They started 3 years ago by taking on this youngster. He was 6 at the time and had a troubled past, but he's come a long way since then. For the couple, it's tough, but rewarding.
The highs are when you see a child that came to you unable to do things like reading or writing, devouring a Harry Potter book. The lows are some of the more emotional difficulties that a child goes through, and you go on that roller coaster with them. But the highs definitely outweigh the lows.
I don't think we think of ourselves as particularly sort of special or gifted sort of people, but we've been given a really special opportunity to help someone.
Nationally, there's a shortage of foster carers as the number of children needing help steadily grows. In Suffolk, they've seen an 8% rise in the past year. And so they're appealing in this National Foster Care Fortnight to find 35 more people to act as carers.
There's so many different types of children. We've got very young children, we've got little toddlers, we've got some babies, we've got sibling groups, we've got teenagers. We've also got situations where we sometimes need to place a young mum and her baby in foster care. So there's so many different types of fostering that's needed. We need lots of different people to do that.
We make mistakes just like any normal person. We're not superhuman or anything like that. You don't need to be, but the person that you'll get involved with, the child, is special, and you can really help them, and that's a journey that you can play a part in.
And it's a journey, say officials, which no one makes alone. There's always help and advice on hand to ensure the carers are cared for too. Kevin Birch, BBC Look East in Suffolk.
Now, in case you hadn't noticed, the World Cup starts soon. It's in South Africa, and England's first game is against the USA on June the 12th.
And the World Cup is big business, with a huge number of companies hoping to make a few quid. One of them is Hypro in Dunstable. They make official World Cup stuff, loads of it.
If you're going shopping anytime soon, then you are going to struggle to avoid the World Cup. You name it, the shops have got it. The tournament hasn't started yet, and we're already going World Cup crazy. The question is, where does all this stuff come from? Well, a lot of it comes through Dunstable. This is Hypro International, a company started 18 years ago by Aaron Sonny.
This is the showroom. You can see the full range of licenses that we show here.
Wow. Hypro produce official sporting goods and merchandise: footballs, shin pads, goals, inflatable chairs. It's made in China and India, then brought here to Dunstable and out to all the big retailers. Hypro strike deals with clubs and sporting bodies like the FA and football's world governing body FIFA to put the official logo on products.
It basically involves signing a deal with a minimum guarantee and then paying a percentage on the value.
So as far as the FA is concerned, kind of how much have you handed over in terms of a minimum guarantee? Can you say that?
A significant amount.
It's hundreds of thousands?
Something like that.
Yeah.
Yes.
There's an office in Hong Kong, but the HQ is in Dunstable. This is where the design team is based. Hypro have done 1.5 million footballs for the World Cup, 150 different lines, 20 million units in all. And in terms of 4 years ago, how are you comparing? You're up on 4 years ago.
We are well up on. We are at least 30% up on 4 years ago. One of the reasons we didn't qualify for Euro, so we missed out big time on Euro, and the consumer out there is hungry for this merchandise.
So you bought the beer and all the England stuff. Hypro International have already had a good World Cup. Their work is almost done. All we need now is some sun, Wayne Rooney to stay fit, and everything will be okay. Mike Liggins, BBC Look East.
Now, you know that Mike will actually use all that stuff.
Yeah, it's a very full cart, that was, wasn't it? And while we're talking about the World Cup, you might remember a few weeks ago we told you about 2 football fans from Essex who were driving all the way to South Africa in a Renault 5. Well, Michael Bilson and Toby Allbrow have so far reached Nigeria safe and sound. It's a 10,000-mile journey in total, so they have about 1,000 miles left to go. The car's 25 years old and called Peggy Sue, And, of course, we'll let you know when they make it.
I reckon they're going to make it because they've already done 10,000.
Yes.
That's pretty good going. Now,
We're in
next
the
we're
back
off to Woburn Safari Park, and I actually had to film at Woburn a few years ago, and they made me get out inside the lion enclosure. And I was a bit worried. Well, I was a bit worried. Yeah, exactly. I thought the director had it in for me, and all the lions popped up and went, fresh meat. And I thought, how quickly can I run? Not as quickly as a lion. So I was quite worried about that. Yeah, I did.
Well, Woburn was one of the first safari parks in the country to open to the public, and today it celebrated its 40th birthday, as Mike Cartwright reports.
We're going to go and try and find a chap called Arthur.
Arthur, the white rhino, and Bob, the park guide. Between them, more than 60 years' service, two of Woburn's long-timers.
He's probably the oldest animal we've got now. He's around 40, 43, 44 now, and basically he is the boss.
Monkeys on your windscreen, itchy bears, lions. For Bob, a job he just can't leave.
So it's actually a vocation, basically, work with these sort of animals. You know, it's very much like, dare I say it, like having a holiday, 24/7.
This is Woburn in its first year, established on the estate of the 13th Duke of Bedford on the left, passed from his son to the present Duke.
Well done. Thanks for coming.
Who today welcome visitors in the park's 40th year.
Have a good time.
Hippos.
Why do you want to see the hippos?
Because I like hippos.
I think it's an education for the kids as well as being a lot of fun for the adults as well, so it's good for everyone.
In the 70s, Woburn attracted 1 million visitors a year. These days, 450,000. So are safari parks still relevant?
I think they're hugely more relevant in a lot of ways because we know of the pressures in the wild, the ever-increasing human population. The essence of the day is having fun, but through that you can learn about conservation, you can learn about the environment, and you can do that in the middle of Bedfordshire.
Where these animals, among the rarest on the planet, are being bred. But have you ever heard of a bongo, one of several endangered species here?
I mean, it's our 40th anniversary today. It's unlikely that if things continue as they are, that any of these species will exist in the wild. So these species, for their survival, need places like Woburn.
So, important work and everyone's favourite. Woburn at 40. No midlife crisis here, they say. Mike Cartwright, BBC Look East, Woburn.
Great.
I think that bongo was walking past a fence while someone was painting it. And that's what happened when it went through the cracks.
They're fantastic.
Yeah,
Not
great.
seen
This is
those
one
before.
before. Hi, Chris. How's the weather looking?
I'm glad you made it out alive, Dave. Yeah. It was a warm and humid day today. Actually, a good day to head out to the allotment, and that's just what some Japanese tourists did today, checking out some of the allotments around the Ipswich area. Some lovely pictures of some tulips and some lupins through the afternoon. And for us, weather-wise, for the next couple of days, we're going to continue to be dominated by this area of high pressure. It started out down in the southern part of the North Atlantic, just drifted up our direction, so brought a lot of warm and humid air with it, and it's going to be with us, it looks like, through this weekend. So good news weather-wise if you like the warm, humid weather. Looking at the satellite...
Doesn't look too bad, does it?
Well, that's summer. The next 4 days.
That's it. Make the most of it. It won't be here for long.
That's all from us. Goodbye.
See you tomorrow.